לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, שיבה אורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. If you can stand here, this is the place to stand. Bohi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam brina u'techala, toch emunei am segulo, Bohi chala, bohi chala, lecha dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Turn out to page 26 for the Hatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah v'yomadi v'rakirutei v'yamlik malkutei b'chayekam v'yehomekom uv'chayed kol beit Yisrael Bagala bagala uvizman kariv v'yimeru amen Yeheshmei Rabba mevorak Leolam leomei umaya Yitbarak Yitbarak V'yishtabak Yishbar v'yishramam v'yisnasei V'yisada v'yitalel v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha b'riku Leila min kol Birkata v'shirata Tush b'chata v'nekemata Damiran b'alma V'yimeru amen. Turn now to page 28 for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorak. Baruch Adonai HaMevorak Le'olam Voed. Turn now to page 31, and Michael Perner is going to lead us in the prayer. Top of page 31.
Okay, Oregon. There you go.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Haraviv. We're now to page 32, and David Letter will lead us in the prayer.
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, law and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen. Turn to page 34 the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malkuto Leolam Boed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. And now, the words from Torah. Mark Albion is going to chant the V'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושפך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Turn now to page 39, and David Ford will read the prayer in a world. Unmute yourself, David. Unmute yourself.
In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say Adonai. There is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to your way, inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again, we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings as many and our faults are great, has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when nations will be one at peace. Then we shall rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Turn now to page 40, and I'll chant the Song of the Sea, the Mi Chamoka. Mi Chamoka, Bo'elim Adonai, Mi Chamoka, Nedor Bakodesh, Nora Tehilot, O Seifele, Nora Tehilot, O Seifele, Malkutecha, Rovanecha, Bokeyam, Lifnei Moshe Miriam, Zelian Nuviam Meru, Adonai Yimlok, Adonai Yimlok, Leolam Boed, V'nemar, Kifaranan Ad Yaakov, Asak mi menu, Baruch atah Adonai, Goal Yisrael. Turn now to page 42 for the Hashkivenu prayer. But first, we're going to have a poem, Come In, by Robert Frost, read by Gary Kaplan.
As I came to the edge of the woods, thrush music park. Now, if it was dusk outside, inside, it was dark. Too dark in the woods for a bird by sleight of wing to better its perch for the night, though it still could sing. The last of the light of the sun that had died in the west still lived for one song more in a thrush's breast. Far in the pillared dark, thrush music went, almost like a call to come into the dark and lament. But no,
Alexa,
I was out for stars. I would not come in. I meant not even if asked, and I hadn't been.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'had midenu shomrei, nu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'had midenu shomrei, nu l'chaim. Ushmor seitenu, Uvaenu l'chaim u'shalom me'ata v'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'had midenu shomrei nu l'chaim. We turn now to page 44. But first, we are very pleased to have David Kaminsky, who on the clarinet will first play the Vishamru. And then Gary Kaplan will chant the Vishamru.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם. Ki shashet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et ha'oretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat lasot et hashabat l'dorotam berit olam v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם.
We now turn to page 46, and Seth Cohen is going to lead us in the tefillah.
Adonai sifatai titach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham v'Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hara, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tobim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hastei Avot Bimot, Umevi Golel Livnei B'nechem, Leman Shemo B'Yachava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, V'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, U'Marit Hatal, Mechakel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayeh Meitim B'Rachamim Rabim, Zomek Noflim V'Rofei Holim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayeh Emrato Lishenei Afar, Mi kamocha bal givorot, umidom melach, melech meimit, umechaye, umasmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalalu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Turn now to page 55 and then to 59, and Alan Pastor is going to lead us in readings on both pages. Unmute yourself, Alan. Click on the mute at the very bottom.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. Amen. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbos. Page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our lights within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, Hatov Simacho, Ulecho Ne'el Hodos.
When we now take a few moments for silent prayer.
I don't know what I'm muted.
Here we now turn to page 60, Shalom Rav. But before Shalom Rav, we also have a special musical presentation of Shalom Rav from Brad Ellenberg and his band. Now Mark Beal will lead us in the Shalom Rav.
I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. That band needs a voice with it. That's all it needs. Other than that, it was a great performance. I'm only going to repeat Shalom Rav twice. I'm going to go from the first verse to the second verse without repeating it. So don't get lost. I'll do the best I can with the music. Shalom Rav Yisrael Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Hasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Hasim Leolam.
Thank you, Mark. That was wonderful. And the piano too. So what a wonder. That was terrific. Thank you. Now we're going to turn to the Misha Barak on 253. But before I sing the Misha Barak, we again have a musical presentation by Brad Ellenberg and his band. Tim, could you play the Misha Barak from Brad's band, please?
Will, can't you hear it?
No, I can't hear it. Can you?
Didn't you hear it the first time?
No, I heard Shalom Rav. Did everyone hear Misha Barak?
Yeah, that's Shalom Rob right there, guys.
Sorry.
We're going to have to give Brad double royalties for that.
Sorry to make you sit through it twice, guys. It's a beautiful tune.
That's much better.
It was sweet. It was sweet.
Thirty. Jeez. That is a brand new song.
Our Misha Barak list from Temple Beth David for this Shabbat is following: Colin Monroe, Jerry Seligman, Inbar Bat Aviva, Elad Ben Aviva, Samuel Bergeron, Peter Bergeron, Maddie Bott, Linda Walter, Guy Ben Rita, Mary Lou Hole, David Ben Marcel, Janet Watson, Paul Robillard, Elizabeth Hill, Celso Silva, Professor Enrico Mascaro, Deborah Booker, Ori Bat Hilla, Dick Feibelman, Amy Seish, Yigal Ben Sara, Ari Ben Talia, Robert Bloom, Annalise Stone, Annette Zerishian, Rachel Bat Shluamit, Bernard Tarr, Benjamin Horowitz, Bradley Dichter, Ashley Bat Debbie, Maria Goldman, Judy Cook, Fruma Bat Harab, Jacob Fasanya, Mir, son of Max, Carol, daughter of Alice, David Ruggiero, Harvey Grassfield, Toby Weiner, Svetlana Rubinovich, Devora Bat Rutvis C. Dove, Rivka Bat Eliza, Edith Bat Sarah, Harvey Atkins, Bob Weller, Dahlia Harrell, Mordecai Ben Chaya Rivka, Herb Rovsky, Herb Kupferschmidt, Essia Shua Vizcaya, Amy Fasberg Kurtz, and Eileen Arnon. Anyone else who has persons in need of a refuah shlema, please say the words aloud or in your heart.
Jessica Ruiz and Lynn Mark.
Misha Be'erak Avotenu Mekor HaBraka Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Be'erak Imotenu Mikor HaBraka Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Now turn to our Devat Torah, and I'm glad to turn the pulpit over to Paul Marsh.
I remember a sitcom episode from decades ago. The father had work that he needed his son to do while he was going to be out of town. He gave his son very precise instructions, but when he returned home, he found the house was in shambles. He asked his son how things could have gone so wrong, since he told him exactly what to do. The son looked at his father and said, "I know you told me exactly what to do, but you didn't tell me exactly what not to do." Cue the laugh track. I was thinking about this as I sat down to prepare this Devar Torah for Parshat Shemini. The Parsha begins with the continuation from Parshat Tzav of the detailed instructions to Aaron and his sons regarding what must be done in the tent of meeting. The instructions are given to Moses by God, then relayed from Moses in exacting detail to Aaron and his sons. In spite of the level of detail provided regarding what must be done, two of Aaron's sons, Nadav and Avihu, offered a strange fire before God and were devoured by fire for doing so. A lot of Talmudic ink was spilled discussing what exactly they did wrong, but I'd like to focus on a different aspect of the aftermath of this tragedy. For the first of only 2 times in the Torah, God speaks to Aaron directly, telling him, "Drink no wine, nor strong drink thou, nor thy sons with thee, when ye go into the tent of meeting, that ye die not." It seems as though God realizes that Moses erred by not communicating fully to Aaron and his sons. Moses assumed that by telling them precisely what to do, there was no need to even engage in a conversation of what not to do, even if to simply make it clear that you can't put your own individual stamp on the service just because you did all the things you were told to do, and that the consequences for non-compliance would be severe. Moses did not follow God's own example when giving us the mitzvot. Of the 613 mitzvot, 365, over half, are prohibitions, things we must refrain from doing. Given Moses' rigidity, is it any wonder that God stepped in directly to advise Aaron what must not be done, along with laying out the consequences? By simply providing one example of what not to do, it crystallized the importance of doing exactly what Moses taught and nothing else. Most of us attending this service have some leadership role within the temple, and those who do not likely have a leadership role somewhere else, either at work or in their secular community. There is a great lesson that leaders can take away from this episode regarding the need to communicate fully and clearly. This applies to both the specifics of the work and the stakes involved. The better we can define the elements of a successful project to the members of a team we are overseeing, including what things will make the project unsuccessful, along with an explanation of the rewards that will be realized with a successful outcome and the consequences that will occur if the project fails, the better we will position our team to be both motivated to succeed and prepared to do so. So let's learn from the negative lesson of Moses in this story. Don't be afraid to risk over communicating just because others may find it exhausting to hear in the moment. The rewards will be worth it, even if the consequences for failure aren't quite as severe as being devoured by fire. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Now I'm going to ask Steve Brody to give us some announcements. I understand Lucinda sent me a chat that she may have an announcement, but Lucinda, why don't you wait and hear? Steve may cover your announcement, but let us know. Steve, take it away.
Okay, thank you. And Paul, that was great, a very well done, well thought out Torah, very meaningful. Now, this Sunday, April 11th at 10 o'clock, the Brotherhood is presenting the Space Torah program. Now, this program features a film about astronaut Dr. Jeff Hoffman, the first American Jewish person to fly in space. The film will be followed by a question and answer period hosted by the film's producer, Rachel Raz. Now, to access the program, there are two ways. There's the weekly e-shofar. You click on the here, which is underlined and in blue at the end of the paragraph. Click that, and that will open to show the Zoom link on the poster. Then click on the Zoom link. And the other is the special notice that was transmitted on April 1st. Click on where it says join Zoom here. I don't believe there's a password. Now, later on Sunday, April 11th at 4 o'clock, the Sisterhood will continue their series on racial inequality in America. The featured speaker will be Dr. Lee Pelton. And Dr. Pelton's topic will be racial inequality in these times. To access this program, need to go to that special notice that was dated April 1st and click on the Join Zoom link, Join Zoom here. Now, the Jews in Baseball program will be presented by the Brotherhood on Tuesday, May 18th at 7 o'clock. This program consists of both a raffle and a film. The raffle is for painting featuring Jewish baseball players of all eras, including Sandy Koufax and Hank Greenberg. The film will discuss how the project originated and what it took to see it to completion. Now, it is important that everyone who would like to watch the film to register for the Zoom link. And the reason may be there's a limitation on the Zoom capacity. The registration and the raffle are on the temple's website. Now, unfortunately, the link indicated on this week's weekly e-shofar is not functioning. Now, the second way, the first way is to go to the temple's website. The second way, you can access the April, May, June shofar newsletter, and they're found on the weekly e-shofars. Click that on, go to page 12, go to the article, click on See This Flyer. This will lead to the link to register and purchase the raffle ticket, or the link to register and also to purchase the raffle ticket. Now, there'll be a walk at Hale on Sunday, April 11th at 10 a.m. This walk is sponsored by the Member Connection Committee. Also, please see your weekly e-shofar for some announcements and programs. And I think Lucinda had something she wanted to add.
Actually, Fred, thank you, Steve, and thank you, Will. So I'd like to announce the upcoming third Jewish Climate Action Conference. It's a national conference. It's coming up in 2 weeks on Sunday afternoon, April 25th, all afternoon virtual. There are 7 tracks, so it'd be lovely if we had 7 representatives from our synagogue attending. So please take a look. Let me know if you're interested. I could send a link out. And just want to mention Tim Holliner has responded for the synagogue to the survey that is related. And Dave Letter is one of the speakers. So I hope more folks will come out. Please let me know if you're interested. Actually, you could send me a chat now and I'll follow up with you. It's all free. It's Sunday afternoon, April 25th, the 3rd Jewish Climate Action Conference. Thanks so much.
And what time is it, Fred?
It's from 12 to 6, I believe. It's a big deal. National.
Thank you, Fred. We turn now to page 278, and Mark Albion is going to lead us in the prayer for the counting of the Omer.
Absolutely. But first, I'd like to say to Paul, Charles Dickens once wrote, "If I had more time, I would have written you a shorter letter." And I can't only imagine how much time it took you to get your Devar Torah into a really succinct session. So thank you. Most
Thank you,
appreciated.
Mark.
As well as, of course, the content was wonderful as always. The Omer, I don't know if you've seen it in our shul. It's we have an Omer counter on the far wall of it was built by one of our former congregants, Mark Reed, who's an architect, and it's just beautiful. The Omer, takes us through freedom. And when I say freedom, it starts with the Exodus. It starts with our freedom from slavery and bondage in Egypt. And it takes us to freedom to the receiving and the studying of Torah. So today we're on the 13th day on page 278, although a little bit of the Hebrew's off, I'll correct it. And the counting of the Omer, Hineni, we're ready, we're here. Hineni, I'm here. Muchan, Umuzuman, L'kayem, Mitzvot, Asa, Shel, Sefarat, HaOmer. I'm ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al Sefarat HaOmer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. This is the 13th day, which is 1 week and 6 days. It's a little different than the Hebrew below because it's a singular. So be Hayom, Shlisha, Asa, Yom. That's the 13th day. Shehem, Shavua, Echad. That's 1 day, 1 week. Shisha, Yamim, in 6 days, LaOmer, of the Omer. May the merciful one restore unto us the service of the temple in Jerusalem, the Beit Hamidash, to its place speedily in our days. And may we say, Amen.
Thank you, Mark. Beautifully done. Thank you. Thank you, Paul Marsh, for your wonderful Torah. Turn now to page 282 for beginning with our concluding prayers, Yolenu, on page 282. Aleinu l'shabek ladon hakol, otegudu l'yotze breshit, Yelo sanu kiyeh aratzot, Yelo samanu k'mishpkot hadoma, Shelo som kelkenu kohem, V'gor aleinu k'kol hamonam, Yanaknu korim, Umishtakavim umodim, Lifnei melech malklei amlakim akadosh, Baruch Hu, V'nemar, V'yo Adonai, L'melech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo echad. Thus it has been said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. In preparation of reading the Kaddish prayer, I'm going to ask Steve Brody to read one of my favorite prayers, the prayer on 291.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember.
Temple Beth David remembers the following in the Shilashim, Ann Single, Mir Perel, Linda Gorovitz, Bob Doucette, and Esther Berman. And remember the following whose yahrzeits fall this very Shabbat. George Atkins, the brother of Harvey Atkins. Joseph Baylett, father of Sandra Grassfield. Irene Cohen, the mother of Eleanor Stone. Hyman Goroboy, grandfather of Ivy Ganteret. Stephen Hornstein, the father of Mark Hornstein. Samuel Hurwitz, the father of Harvey Hurwitz. Arthur Lieberman, Albert Lieberman, the stepfather of Rosalie Wise. Eric Marks, the nephew of Cynthia Atkins. Barnett Rain, the grandfather of Janet Siegel. Kenneth Van Dam, the brother of Marsha Ringel. Alan Wasserman, the father of Jay Wasserman. Erica Wise, the relative of Gertrude Ploud. We also remember Bella Cooperman, Bernard Levy, Dora Mintz, David Perlman, and Harry Perlman. Let's chant together the Kaddish prayer. Yit Gadal v'Yit Gadash Shemei Rabbah v'Yomad Yivra Kedutei v'Yamlik Malkutei Kayikon Yomei Kon Kayidikol Beit Yisrael Bagalav Zman Kariv v'Yimru Amen Yehesh Shmei Rabbah Mebarak Li'Alom Umei Umaya Yitbarak v'Yishtabak v'Yishbahar v'Yishraman v'Yisnasei Zadar v'Yitaleh v'Yitalal Shemei Dekudusha Briku Le'lamin Chol Berchata v'Shirata Tush B'chata v'Nekmata Namiron B'Yoma v'Yimru Amen Yehi Shlom Rabba Min Shemaya Chaim Leinu V'Al Kol Yisrael v'Yimru Amen Oseh Shalom B'Mramav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael v'Yimru Amen. May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say Amen. Zikranom L'Racha, may their memories be for a blessing. Now, as for our concluding prayer.
Will?
Yes?
This is Dave Lederer. I just wanted to mention, I believe Yom HaShoah is this week as well.
That's true.
And I would just like to mention the name of my mother's first husband, Werner Hirsch, and her parents, Max and Edith Hirsch, who were killed in the Holocaust.
Well, thank you very much. Does anyone else have any additions to the Kaddish list? Or thank you for adding that. Final, before the Kiddush and the Motzi, our final song will be from the last line of our the Kaddish prayer, Oseh Shalom. And again, we have a treat. I understand we're going to have a real jazzy rendition of the Oseh Shalom from Brad Ellenberg and his band. So thank you very much, Brad, for all your musical contributions, and to Dave Kaminsky as well. And so we turn it over to Brad. think that was, I think I'm not going to sing anything after that. I think that was just great. So why don't we turn now to the Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu Shabbat Kodsha B'Ava U'Ratzon in Kilanu Zikaron L'Maseh Bereshit Kuyom Tehila L'Mikro Kodesh Zekel Tzion Mitzrayim Kivanu v'chata v'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kachika b'ahava uv'ratzon in kaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. And now the Motzi. Here it is. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Why don't we
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. Good to see everyone.
Shabbat Shalom and Yasher Koach, Will.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Great job, Will.
Change the gallery view, everybody, so you can see everybody.
And Tim,
Voices.
Great job, Tim. You
great job, Tim.
produced this very well, very well. Hollywood will be calling.
Everybody. Thank you for a beautiful service. Well, Will, you did a wonderful job.
Everyone did a wonderful.
Everybody.
Mark Beal, it was beautiful. I loved your piano play. Was that the piano were you playing?
Yeah, it's not Mark Beal though. It's Billy Joe. It's Billy Joel Beal.
Hey,
Thank you, Brad, and your group.
Brad, we loved your band. It was
Yeah.
Loved the band.
It was
Loved it.
quite a pleasure to be able
We
to.
want another. We want a Friday Night Live, Brad.
As soon as we get back in person, we'd love to.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, all the time you put in, and wonderful.
John and I almost went into a swing dance.
We're just dying to get back out in public.
Yeah, really.
But, it's been a pleasure to be a part of the service, and I want to thank Will and Tim in particular for Tim coming over and doing the recording and everything you've been helping with. And guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Everybody.
Thank you,
Brad. Thank you, Brad.
Shabbat
Shalom. Thank you, Will, as always.
Well, thank you, everyone. It was
Thank you, everyone. It was beautiful. And Michael, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet. Everything was sweet.
Tim, can we go? Tim, can we go to gallery?
And Dave Kaminsky, very nice job also.
Yes, David, thank you. Yes.
Okay.
And Tim, thank you for all your support.
You're muted, Tim. You're muted.
Wonder you can't hear me.
Yeah.
I thought I had it all set. I was trying to get everything queued up, but I clicked the wrong song. So, oh well.
Hey, listen.
Well, that's all right. You did a great job.
Okay.
And thank you for all your help and support in this.
It was a beautiful service. It really was.
really
Lovely.
terrific. It was wonderful.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you.
Well, we learned a little bit from the sisterhood because they did a few things with music. So the brotherhood said, well, we got some good musicians, so why don't we?
You rose to the challenge, Will. It was lovely.
Thank you. And Paul's Paul's Divad Torah, like last year, was terrific.
Yes, it was.
Paul's was great.
He's always very thoughtful.
Maybe we'll do a Shabbat bake-off between the sisterhood and the brotherhood.
I think that's a good idea.
They don't know we have you as a ringer, though, Lois. Best baker I know.
Oh, you're all, it's the best congregation I know.
That's a great idea. A pray-off.
A pray-off.
Yeah.
I'm
When we
not
make the
sure
pray-offs.
Sounds good.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
Good Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos.
Technology.
Great service.
Stay safe.
The technology from Tim.
Yeah, no
Yes.
kidding.
It was like
Yeah.
seamless.
It beats chiseling on stone tablets.
I mean, it's not. It's just.
Especially over the internet.
It was so smooth. Everything went
Yes.
from one thing to another. It was
Very.
Seamless.
not easy.
I practiced, so.
Well, you did a terrific job, Tim.
You sure did.
Yeah, really. It's the guy in the control room that really makes it happen.
Yeah. Well, if we want to watch it, Tim, we'll be on.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, and Will
Put in hours.
Will put in a lot of time putting this together. Will, you did a very good job. You should become a rabbi.
Hey, I could get double pay. I could be the rabbi.
Yes, we'll double your pay. But we'll do that anyway.
Well, it was fun. And
It was a lot of fun.
Great job.
Good job, Will, as usual. What we've come to expect.
Absolutely.
Well, it was with your help, Tim.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim.
Well, okay, everybody. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. And
Just
great
one
to get
plug.
with-
Okay, one final plug. The sisterhood thing on Sunday with Lee. That is really something to see. Lee is about to become the top
CEO.
Well, social arbiter in Boston. The head of the Boston Foundation is one of the leading voices on social issues in Boston. And that's what Lee is about to become. So it's a very good opportunity to hear what he has to say.
And he's an amazing speaker. We've heard him because our daughter goes to Emerson, so we've heard him a few times.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's just amazing.
Yeah.
Wonderful speaker and a wonderful person.
Okay. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.